Hi again, Helen. Good morning. Hi. Yeah, wow. Fancy meeting you here, Helen says. I feel like I've just seen you. All right. So today this morning, I've finished the short-haired girl and then this one. So you can see all three are done. And today we're going to start with these two flowers. And obviously because there's 29 days in February and we're going to be stitching every single day except for 3. So next Saturday and then another Saturday and then another Saturday and then the month is done, I think. Yeah. So we're literally going step by step by step. And we're making sure that 1, we use a lot of stitches. 2, we use a lot of different techniques of stitches, meaning like if you use scraps or if you use variegated thread or if you use like a thread painting or if you use one strand. I'm kind of labeling those as like techniques and not necessarily straight up stitches. So we will, repeat some stitches throughout the month, but you'll use them a little bit in different kinds of techniques. I hope that makes sense. So what we're going to do is do these flowers here. So there's just 2 on my pattern. I know 1 or 2 people decided that they wanted just one person or they wanted to swap out some people in their pattern. So they kind of amended it a little bit. That's totally fine as well. So if you've drawn an extra one of these flowers, just make sure that you kind of follow along and fill them in so that at the end of it, you don't find like, oh, I've got a big chunk that is missing. Why? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick 2 colors right now. We'll do the middle, this kind of like star looking shape today with just a straight stitch. Just a straight stitch. And then tomorrow we'll do these little petals like this with a proper satin stitch. So what you need to do today is pick 2 colors that kind of go together. And what I mean by that are 2 colors that they don't really blend in together really well because you want the middles to really pop out. So I would not pick these 2 because for me, they're too similar. This might be better for like a thread painting where you want to blend the 2 colors in a little bit to make it look like one. You kind of want to pick ones that are almost like that. Yeah, maybe like a bright one and a light one, or some colors that maybe like a blue and even this pink. That would also look quite nice. So all you're going to do today is just pick the 2 colors, put the one you want aside for the petals, and we're just going to work on this inside color right here. So let me go ahead and pick mine. I feel like that's a bit bright, but I kind of like it. Or maybe I should go for something a little bit. I keep going back to this, so maybe I'll just use that one. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. Okay, so I've chosen Anchor Threads 88 and number 8. Perfect, 888. So I'm going to use this one for my petals. I'm going to put it aside. And I'm going to use this one for the inside. So let me zoom her in. We're going to use all 6 strands. So pull out a length. You don't want it to be too long, but you also don't want it to be too short because then you're just going to end up with a ton of knots on the back. And that's not fun. So what you're going to do is you're going to thread your needle. I'm not sure if I showed this yesterday or not, but you're going to put this kind of action. Yeah. Like that. And put the eye of the needle right over top and then literally put push in. Yeah? And I've got my pens over here only because sometimes it's nice to make a couple little lines onto your pattern before you start. So with this one, it's just a straight stitch. You don't have to make them smooth or go together or look like a satin stitch. Okay? You're just going to make stitches from the outside to the inside. And with that, I'll use blue because I think you'll be able to see it a little bit better. You're going to get some stitches that don't go down all the way because you see the inside here is smaller than the outside here. And this is kind of how I teach satin stitch as well, especially if you're satin stitching something like this here, where you have a big wide area here, but a very small area here. You kind of want it to look like a sunburst that's coming out. Very similar here, except we don't need to make them smooth. We're just gonna make straight stitches. And you might think, oh, it's gonna look so messy like that. It really won't. So you're gonna come up from the back. Most of the stitches come up from the back. And we wanna have a nice circle in the middle here. So on the outside, you don't have to worry about where your stitches go down. Some will be taller than others, some will be shorter than others. That part doesn't matter. But what does matter is we want to have the inside here to be a nice, neat circle. So some will come down like this. Come on. And some will be nice and tall like this. And some of them you'll need to tuck. And I don't really mean tuck underneath. But you're going to kind of stack the stitches in a way so that not all of them go down all the way. So if you see, that's the inside, but this one's only going to go down to here. And that is going to help to make it, because see, it's just a little bit, but that's going to help to make it so that it fills up the outside area, because the outside area is bigger, and also stays nice and neat to the inside area. Yeah? So they don't have to be nice and tidy. Literally just any old way. Just making sure that the inside circle stays neat. And I didn't trim the back of my thread, so you see how the black is coming through. It's because the back of my thread, I didn't trim it, so it got stuck up underneath. So we're just gonna pull that out like that. I just drank a ton of water, so now my stomach is making noises. That's fun. Something to have on camera forever. There we go. It's done it again. Get out. That's all right. Now, it's also okay if you make these a little bit taller than the drawing, because when we do our satin stitch tomorrow, we're going to be putting our stitches into this part right here. So they're going to go from the outside of this petal into here. So if you make them a little bit longer, that's okay. So what we're going to do today is the middle of this one, and then if you would like to make the other flower the same colors as this one, then you'll do the same color for that as well. Or you can swap the colors, meaning that the inside of this one you can use for the outside of the other one. It's really up to you. You can make them the same color if you want. So the inside and the outside the same color. Notice that some aren't going down all the way and other ones are going down all the way. Nope, not into, just next to. And they really are just straight stitches. And of course you can always go back and add some more if you want to, if you think that they're not tall enough or they're not, you know. So my video is finished. Disney relaxing piano music. I would do that, but I think it would get like I think it would get like deleted from Instagram, you know? I used to just listen to the radio, but then Instagram was like, you're using copyright music, and they don't give you the chance to save your video after that. They just delete everything. I was so mad. And then I ended up having to start again. So that's why I always do the YouTube videos that are like lo-fi type stuff. Hi again, Sarah. Fancy meeting you here, just like Helen said. Oh, thanks, Helen. She says it's so relaxing to watch you. I think embroidery videos are super relaxing. It's like you get to see like it being filled in, and there's something like really nice about that. Oh my goodness. Sarah just said, I'm on a train back from London. Went to see Madonna last night. She was incredible. You are kidding me. So just skipped over to do another little one here because I saw there was a big gap. Yeah. So the only thing I'm looking for here is that none of them are like really big on one side and really short on the other. So maybe I'll put a long one here and then I'll be done and go to the other one. She said, I forgot my headphones though, so can't have you too loud on the train. Goodness gracious. Okay, and then the one thing I am gonna do is end my knot on the outside here, like that, because the inside I'm gonna be filling in. So I really don't want any big knots around the inside of my circle because that's gonna make it difficult for me later to put my stitches down there. So let's flip her over, make a little knot. And then we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Not other side, on the other flower. The middle of the other flower. Okay. Do you want lines on this one as well? Really, the lines are just to show like a little bit of guidance. Where they should be longer, where they should be shorter, etc., etc. Where I should be kind of tucking them in, making them a little bit not go all the way. Was that a Christmas gift, Sarah? That's such a good gift. Of course, another freaking ad. I gotta sort that for tomorrow because it's doing me head in. When I first started doing this, yeah, because I was watching some of the other ones, the other videos. They like never had ads. Like I never had to walk away to turn it. Oh, just a treat. I love treats like that. For my birthday, David booked a spa day. So not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, we're going to go to this like spa thing, me and my mother-in-law. I'm getting a back massage. I think it'll be really nice. I hope. It's like I sit in my chair all day, like doing stitching. I feel like I need a good back massage, you know? Sarah says she's such a legend. I just had to see her live. She was at the Palladium, so it was really intimate and more like a West End show than a gig. That is so cool. I honestly didn't even know that she was in London. Dude, these ads are like 4 minutes long. I really must stop complaining about this. Can't be having someone talk over me, you know? I think that's like the ex-art teacher in me. Okay, so do you see how my thread is like twisting up like this? It often happens if you do French knots, if you do a lot of stitching in a row like that. And the only thing that you need to do to fix it is to turn, that's my big t-shirt, sorry, is to turn it over like this and let it hang so that it untwists. Can you see it untwisting? That's like a huge help, because the more that it's getting twisty like that, the more likely it is that you're going to have knots on the front or the back. And if it's a knot on the back, it's not as bad because you could just keep going. Do you know what I mean? But when you get a knot on the front, you can't really leave it there. And it's from doing the same motion over and over like this and not giving your thread time to kind of untwist. Okay, so we're almost finished with this. And then I will let you enjoy your Sunday. Same with this one over here though. I don't really want to keep my thread in the middle. You can tell it's just right there in the center. I want to end it on the outside because we're going to fill that in. So I'm going to find a little place to end it out here. And then fill in any holes that I feel like there are. Oh, Josie's coming. You can hear her run down the stairs. Helen said she got a clamp for her stand at Christmas, which will make her life more simple. That's so good. It really does help. Like, obviously, this is not a tabletop stand. This is a leg. It goes underneath my leg. It's meant to. For some hoops, it really does help. Meaning like some sizes, but sometimes I like to just hold it. So it just depends like what you prefer. So that's all for us today. We're just doing this straight stitch like this, all 6 strands. That's 6 in Chinese. So in China, you can count to 10 with just one hand. So oftentimes I'll use the 6. Sorry. So that's it for these 6 strands. I used number 8. Where is it? Number 8. And then tomorrow I'll use 88 to do the petals using the sand stitch. So enjoy your Sunday. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. And I will talk with you tomorrow. Just another reminder to take a picture of your progress, post it, and on Saturday I'll be getting all of them together and we'll draw someone for the giveaway. And be sure to go to the Barmy Fox SAL. You can like and comment on each other's. Remember, it's a community. It's not just me and you. It's me and you and like loads of other people. I think there's about 80 who bought this pattern, and then there's over 900 who did the free pattern. So it's a big, big community. And so we need to be supporting each other. So enjoy your day, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye.